It's strange how time can both heal and preserve pain at once. 5 years had passed since the day she walked out, yet somehow her absence still lingered, filling every corner of my life. I had moved cities, switched jobs, even learned to smile again. But some memories don't truly fade. They just grow quieter. Her name was Anna. Once, it was a name that could stop my world from spinning. Now, it was just a sound that made my chest tighten. Our marriage wasn't perfect, no one's is, but it wasn't a single betrayal that destroyed us. It was silence, long, heavy silence that crept into our home and settled between us like dust on forgotten furniture. I remember the morning she left. No yelling, no tears, just a folded note on the kitchen table. I can't do this anymore. For a long time, I let that note define me. I built walls so high that no one could ever get close again. I convinced myself I had moved on, even started dating casually, though my heart was never really in it. Then, 5 years later, my phone rang. A familiar number. I almost ignored it, but something, instinct maybe, made me pick up. "Hi, it's me." Her voice, the one I hadn't heard in half a decade, hit me like a wave. For a moment, I couldn't speak. My throat tightened, and the years between us collapsed into a single heartbeat. Anna, I managed, my voice barely steady. There was a pause, soft breathing on the other end. Then she said, almost whispering, "I didn't know if you'd answer." Her tone wasn't sharp like it had been in those final months. It was fragile, careful, like someone stepping barefoot over glass. She told me she'd been thinking about me, that she was sorry. Those two words, "I'm sorry," hit harder than I expected. I didn't realize how much I needed to hear them until that moment. We talked for a while, stumbling through small talk that felt too heavy to be casual. She asked about my job, my family, if I was seeing anyone. I spoke in vague shapes, skimming over details that might reveal how lonely life had been. Then she said something that made my heart stop. "I never stopped loving you." Silence, then a shaky exhale. "I just didn't know how to love you back then." Those words cut through me. I thought I had grown immune to her voice, her honesty, the way she could say the one thing I wasn't prepared to hear. But in that instant, every memory rushed back. Late-night talks on the balcony, her laughter spilling across the room, the hum she made while cooking breakfast. And just like that, the walls I'd spent 5 years building began to crack. I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to hang up and protect what little I'd rebuilt. Another part, the quieter, aching part, wanted to believe her. But belief had hurt me before. "Why now, Anna?" I finally asked. She hesitated. "Because I'm sick," she said softly. "Not dying," she added quickly, but it made me look, really look, and when I did, all I saw was her. She wasn't asking for pity. Her voice carried something deeper, a kind of acceptance that only comes after losing everything. She told me about the years after our divorce, about moving in with someone else, how it fell apart, and how she learned that peace isn't found in excitement or perfection, but in presence. "You were steady," she said, and I mistook that for dullness. I'm sorry I didn't see what I had. Her honesty was disarming, even painful, because she wasn't wrong. I had been steady. I loved her quietly, constantly, without grand gestures. But she had needed storms, and I only knew how to offer calm seas. When we finally hung up, I sat there for a long time, phone still in hand. Outside, the city hummed with noise, but inside, everything was still. I didn't know if her words would change our future, but they changed something in me. Forgiveness no longer felt like weakness. It felt like release. Maybe some stories don't end with reunion or revenge. Maybe they just end with understanding.